say most when they come in, they are not prepared. They are absolutely not prepared for what they feel because it's a feeling first. So when they come in, that feeling grabs them and they think, ah, then the beauty of the temple they hadn't expected because of its location. And when you come in, you just think, oh, I'm just coming in. But then there's the veil, there's the curtain. And it's interesting because when I first came, it was like months before I came back. But Father has a way of always checking who comes in, and he welcomes you by name. And that first time, and he says, Barbara, it's good to see you again. I was floored. And I'm thinking, oh my God, he remembered me. So that makes you feel special. We have so many rituals and festivals in the Catholic Church. Even though this is an independent Catholic church, it follows quite a bit of what the Roman Church does. And so this is one of the high days and one of the high feasts. This is more like what they said in the old days is a high mass. Mm-hmm. And so Father has it orchestrated per se in such a way that it brings the whole of the specialness of Christ to the average person just sitting there. So you have the those carrying the wands, because with all of the gold and the pomp and the circumstance, is saying something very special is happening. So when they set the tables out honoring all four directions, and then they have the altars prepared by parishioners to denote what that particular altar is. Like the last one that really impressed me was the earth one with the fruits of the vine and all of that. But then we have special readings to center our whole thought and our focus on what we are doing, how we are elevating the Christ consciousness within us as we indulge ourselves spiritually into the body and the blood of Christ to heaven. Everything we did was symbolic today. Everything we did honored the Christ that we know in Scripture, and the Christ that is the Christ of our hearts. And so we dress in regal outfits, vestments, I should say, rather than outfits. And then when we do that, it brings us into that Christ consciousness, that we feel it so deeply. This is a small community, but it is a powerful community, for we have the sincerity of heart and mind. And we know that we have special duties to do as followers of Christ. And so we bring the energy in our love. I did the 8th anniversary sermon at Vision of the Heart Church in Tacoma Park, Maryland. And the minister there, we were talking about my being a priest, because I am a deacon, a permanent deacon now. And so I said, I don't think I want to be a priest. And he said, but you already are a priest. You are a priestess of the light. And I said, that feels right. Yeah. Then I went to a shaman gathering while I was there, and the shaman called me the Ancient Mother. So I said, I think I like that handle, Ancient Mother, Priestess of Light. And it just seems to feel right. The church has been awesome. When I first came, and I was a Roman Catholic for many years, then I left that church and been an active member of Unity of Mesa. But when I walked into the shrine, it was like coming home. And Father had asked me to do many things that I had done previously in the Roman church, but I couldn't, because I was being administered to by the unseen and spiritual beings. The angels were all around, and I would come. And it's just like I would go out And finally, after the second year, I said, okay, they now will allow me to serve because they finished that phase of the work with me. And so I've grown. I became a seminarian, and I'm still studying, although I'm a permanent deacon. I find that the parishioners here are so sincere, and it's something that this church gives that no other gives. It's a feeling that you get when you come in. This morning when I was looking over the Gospels, the one that I spoke or declared and proclaimed was the one that just moved me. I told Father, it's like I'm almost moving out of my body with this one. And so he said, do what you want. And I did. And right now I am in somewhat of an altered state because I opened my heart to the divine. And with all of the many lessons and classes I've taken here has allowed that to be so. I always tell Father, many are called, but few are chosen. So if you can't seem to stay when you come, it's that you weren't one of those chosen ones. Because those here, I believe, have special work to do. So special and being called. And so I am enriched. I'm growing. My spiritual life has taken off in ways I never imagined. And never did I even have the vaguest idea of being a minister in the New Thought Church, and now a deacon in the Shrine of Holy Wisdom and Independent Catholic Church. And so all of my life has come to this point, and it is